What is up, boyos?
Oh,
Welcome to the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything is video games. Today, we are going to be talking about Gamescom. Big event that normally takes place in Germany happened last week, and we saw a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna talk about that. I'm Jake. I am joined by my trusty co-host Nick Robinette Sapon.
Hi. I have a new middle name.
Yeah. Nick Robinette
Beautiful.
Biden. And it's how you doing, Nick? How you doing?
Doing all right. Much better than I was last week, I think. I think I was like dead last week, if I remember right. Much better.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Thanks. I just showered.
Me too. Nice. I'm highly aroused. Anyway, let's let's get into what you've been playing. What you been playing, Nick?
I don't remember. You think I remember what I've been playing? I've been playing some Splitgate.
Yeah.
I've been playing some Apex. I've been playing some Parkitect.
Very fun, very exciting stuff here.
Nothing new. I mean, like, I feel like we're in such a lull for games right now. Like, E3 just happened not too long ago. This is the time where we should be like, oh man, I can't even think of what I am not playing. But it's just so backwards. It's like, okay, well, gotta wait for next year before anything comes out, and got nothing to play.
Next year really does look pretty hype, I will say.
It looks promising, that's for sure.
Very stacked year. And I'm realizing now we didn't add games releases to the document, but that's okay.
Whatever, we won't even do it.
Oh, we'll do it. I've got it up here. It's fine. Right. Yeah, I've been playing some stuff. I will admit, like you, haven't been playing a whole lot. Like you said, I've been playing some Splitgate, a lot of Splitgate, actually. Mm-hmm. And fun fact about Splitgate that I saw last week is that they hit like 400,000 concurrent players in like 3 weeks, which is absolutely insane.
Wow.
I heard one of the developers talking about it, right? You know, and they're like, we're a small company, so, you know, we weren't expecting too much, and, you know, we looked at Among Us and we're like, best case scenario will be like Among Us. And Among Us went from, you know, about 400 players to like 400,000 players, and it took them 5 months, right? Because, you know, they went from 400 then to like 10,000, then to like 50,000, then over the course of 5 months, they got to 400,000. And they're like, so best case scenario, and we weren't even really expecting it. It was just like, if we really did hit it off, we'll get there in 5 months. So we've got 5 months to figure this shit out. Mm-hmm. And then they hit that shit in 3 weeks. And they're like, it's so overwhelming, but really cool. So good for those guys. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, dude. They deserve it. But you know what's really funny about that whole situation? Like, Among Us, you could not get away from Among Us. Like, all of the newspapers, all of the articles, the game newspapers, all of the game news websites, everywhere, Twitch, whatever you got. You couldn't get away from Among Us and like the popularity of Among Us. Like, all the YouTubers were playing Among Us for a short amount of time. This game, I still haven't seen anything about it. I haven't seen anybody playing it. I haven't seen anybody talking about it. It's just like one of those things that's just there, and everybody knows it's cool and good, but it's not really talked about.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little different than Among Us, just in the sense that, like, it's more of a game you can just hop into and play, right? Where, like, Among Us, you have to have like a crew of people. I guess you can hop in there and play Among Us, but like, you really need a crew of people to play.
Right.
And I would say Among Us is the whole crux of Among Us, like the whole the what's the word I'm looking for here? the whole theme around it, I guess. The gimmick of Among Us is that it's a very social game. The whole point is you have your own experience every time. And so I think people were like, I want to talk about it. It was all over Twitch. This is more like your classic shooter. So like people are just getting in there with their friends. I've seen some articles on it and like how it's big and stuff, but yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, I just it doesn't pop up in my circles, and
but it does because we've been playing it.
Yeah, but I feel like we have a friend that was playing it, and I just happened to see him playing it online, and I'm like, "Is that free?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's free. You should give it a try." And I'm like, "Okay." So I was just like one day bored, threw it in, downloaded it, played it, went, "Wow, this is a really good game. I like this game a lot. Everybody else jump on this game." And everybody's like, "All right, we'll give it a shot." You know, and I was like, "Oh, damn, okay, cool." And I think that's kind of what is happening, at least in the circles that I have and know about, is just that's kind of how people are hearing about it, is somebody picks it up, tells their friend, and and then it just goes from there, rather than having like somebody on YouTube playing it, somebody big on YouTube playing it. Like I haven't seen the Yogscast play it. So
They don't play games like that though.
I know, I don't know what they do anymore, but
yeah, they're Warcraft nerds. Yeah,
nerds.
Fucking nerds, geeks. Yeah, I just feel like people heard, hey, it's Halo and Portal mixed into a game and it's free. And I think everyone was like, oh, yeah, I'll check that out. And everyone checked it out, and everyone's like, yeah, this is a good time. It's a fun game to just sort of jump into. And I think that's what I like most about it, is like, you know, Apex is cool because it's to compare it to another like free shooter, right? Apex is cool because you can jump in at any time, and it's free, and you know the season passes are cool. But the problem with Apex is every fucking game you play is like, you know, you're gonna be in there for like 40 minutes. You can jump into Splitgate and play like 2 matches, and it's, you know, it's like 20 minutes. And
it's like a free Call of Duty is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to bust some heads for 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then jump out. That's, yeah.
Yeah. And I like that it has more of a sort of like arena shooter sort of vibe to it as well.
Yeah.
You like pick up weapons, and yeah, I like it. Yeah,
it's really fun. They did a great job with it.
Very, very good game. Let's get into the section that we lovingly call the titties. These are some tidbits of news that we think are worth mentioning. China limits gaming time for under 18-year-olds to 1 hour a day on weekends only. That's weird. Yeah. I mean, it's China.
But it's like, I wonder what their study was, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this because reasons, you know.
Their study is like, you know, how are we gonna put these kids in sweatshops if they're playing video games all the time?
That's true. It also could be a lot of, since, you know, China's got the censorship over there. A lot of stuff is censored over there. Online games are just kind of not censored, and there's no real way to censor that. So it's probably some form of that to do that. But,
yeah, I think it's also like, you know, China looks at gaming as, you know, a waste of time, and they want kids to be productive or whatever, which, you know, there's an argument for that. But also, there are a lot of kids that make a shit ton of money playing video games, and a lot of people as grown adults who make a lot of money making video games. So I don't know. It's very stupid. It's very authoritarian, which is not unlike China.
You're right.
So, like, fuck China. They're like, yeah, you can only play video games for 3 hours a week, but we'll have you work and go to school, you know, nonstop all day. So basically what I'm saying is fuck China. China's stupid.
Well, have you been? I've never been.
I've never been, but
it's probably a cool place.
I'm sure there are cool parts of it. You know, there are probably some other parts that are not so cool.
You're right. You're
like,
probably right.
All the touristy trap places are probably really cool, like Shanghai and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, the gentrified places.
Yeah. But then you go to some like little fucking town in China, and I'm sure it's not a great experience.
Right. I don't know. Who knows?
Here's another authoritarian move. Nintendo shuts down a Metroid fan game, Prime 2D. I heard about this.
Crazy.
Weren't they?
Shitty.
They were working on that shit for a long time too, right?
I don't know.
I need to look into this. But yeah, that's not on like fucking Nintendo. Nintendo shuts down everything, and
it's just a dick move, really.
Yeah, it really is. You think they would like support their fans, and they just don't care.
No, scumbag Nintendo.
I saw this article. I saw this article. It was sort of like an Onion article that was like a young man who lives in I forget what the country was. He lives in like Brazil. Can't get a Game Boy because his family can't afford a Game Boy. Oh,
I saw that. I know what you're about to say, yeah.
So he made his own Game Boy out of cardboard and drawings, and and it was posted on Twitter, and it got viral, and Nintendo saw this, and Nintendo went to that country, went to his house, and sent him a cease and desist order on
by hand, yeah. Nintendo personally shipped him, or somebody, a Nintendo representative personally hand delivered a cease and desist order to his house. Yeah, I saw that. So stupid.
What is Nintendo see like? What do you think they get out of this? Like, what do they think is going to happen if this game continues to exist? Like,
they get their rocks off.
Do you think like they think it's going to take away from people buying Metroid Dread? Or I just like I don't even understand.
I don't understand. I do not understand Nintendo. They won't put out a game that isn't already made, and they won't have people making their own games based off of games. They're just a shit company. They really are. They're really selfish. They hold their IPs really close to the chest. And
which I understand to a certain extent, but like
to a certain extent, yeah, like that one guy who was like selling shit and making a profit off of it, sure, but like what they did with Brawl, I was like, are you kidding me? You won't sponsor like Smash Bros. Brawl tournaments or whatever, like,
right, yeah.
You're not updating these. People are updating these so that they can continue playing your game, because you're not supporting it, and you're just going to shut the whole tournament down because it violates something. Like, yeah. I don't understand. It's stupid.
Last year there was that they wanted to play it online because of COVID.
Right. So, that's what it was.
So there was like a mod on the game, and then Nintendo shut that shit down. Just insane. Yep. And it was for Melee, which is a 20 plus year old game. Like, who cares? Why do you care at all?
Yep.
I don't know. I guess
so much for owning your own games, right?
Yeah.
Buying your own games.
That's true. Shit, I was going to say something, but I've completely forgot now. Halo Infinite will be Battle Pass progression based. I'm not surprised by this, like at all.
Nope. I had a feeling they were going to do that since they announced that the multiplayer of Halo Infinite was going to be free to play. Yeah. I'm like, well, they have to monetize it somewhere, right? And what's hot right now, and currently the best way to do it, I think, in my opinion, is Battle Pass, because you pay like $10-15 for a Battle Pass, and then you unlock, cosmetics. They don't change the game in any way. They just kind of look cool. If you want to spend money towards it, you put money towards it. Whatever. Like, you're not buying an extra shield during every game or something like that. It's whatever.
Unless they do that.
Right. I don't think they would do that.
I don't think they'll do that. No.
But I actually like the way battle passes are, and people are kind of upset that it's not a traditional XP based unlock system, and it's like it's free to play, and they want to support it probably for a long time. It'll probably be a games as service sort of thing, because that's kind of the way everything's going.
Be like Apex, it'll just have a million different battle passes forever.
Yeah. And it's cheaper. It's honestly cheaper to do that than it is to release a brand new game every 2 years and update that game. You know, it's like we're just going to update the game that's already out, and we'll have so much content for you that you can. Which
is fine, but also, like, you know, as a consumer, I do sort of miss the XP based sort of progression systems that used to exist. Because, you know, it gave me it, you know, we still have that through battle passes, sort of, where like you're leveling up. But I will say, like, I do kind of miss that in Call of Duty. It's still kind of there. But like, you know, unlocking everything was like a highlight, and like prestiging was like, look at me, I prestiged. And then the next year when the game came out, it's like, I have a whole other game to do this with. Where
I didn't like that as much, where you have to, like, you get to say prestige 10, right? And you put thousands of hours into Call of Duty. We'll say Modern Warfare 2. And then it's just like, cool. And then Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 comes out. And it's like, well, you got to start all over again.
I find it more rewarding. I don't know. I find it more fun and rewarding when you've got big goals like that. Where like, I'm going to unlock a scope and shit. And now it's like, you're not really unlocking anything other than some like shitty looking cosmetic stuff.
I mean, Call of Duty still does that though. I really like
Modern Warfare does I just don't I don't really play Call of Duty, so
you get this many kills and you get a new attachment for your gun. I like the way they do that. Whereas their battle pass is more of like, you get a gun that looks different. It's the same gun as the guns that you have. It's just, it looks different. It has different parts and you can swap the parts. I like the way they do that.
Yeah,
but
it's just like it used to feel more like a full package, whereas like I unlocked these different colors and stuff, and these were the colors, and they really put thought and time into the colors and designs of the weapons, and that was it. Where now it's like they're constantly updating it. I can't really unlock those things unless I pay money. I don't know. I get it. I'm cool with it. I'm just saying there is something to be said there. There's more to the conversation than people let off, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they're just so finite when you like, this is everything in the game. You know, people will just get there really quick.
Yeah, but me personally, like, I'm okay with there being an end game. Even in a multiplayer game. I'm okay with that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like kind of okay with there being like, hey, this is kind of everything, and you did it. You beat the game, you know.
Yeah.
Even in a multiplayer game.
I get that. Yeah. Because then you're just playing the game rather than chasing after challenges or goals or something like that. Yeah.
And I remember what I was going to say about this Nintendo thing. I had a friend. Back to Nintendo. I had a friend who made like sort of like keychain sort of things. With like,
I remember this, yeah.
With like Pikachus and Charizards and stuff like that. And they sold them on Etsy.
They look like Pokemon cards, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And their shit got like cease and desisted by Nintendo. And it's like this person made like, I don't know, maybe $50 by selling these things.
Yeah.
And it's so dumb, dude. It's just like, let people do what they want to do.
It's like a homemade thing that somebody's passion that your shit like gave
someone loved your game enough to do that, and it's just fucked. I hate it.
Just because they're making a little bit of money off of their work. You know, it might be your IP, but it's still their work. They still produced everything. They bought everything. And it's just like, that's kind of rude.
And I'd understand it if it was like, that's a product that you make. But Nintendo doesn't make a product like that. So, like, what do you gain from pulling that from this person? You know, it's so dumb. So dumb.
Yep.
It's
I
to
agree.
keep the rich rich and the poor, I guess.
How it goes.
Well, let's get into Gamescom. Gamescom happened last week. Normally it's a live event. It was an online event. Jeff Keighley joint, one of the Jeff Keighley joints.
Yes.
And it was a lot like E3, I think. As far as like the format, where there was like a lot online like press conferences and online sort of talks, like TED Talks sort of things.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I watched a few of those things. Most of the stuff I didn't really care about, but there were the like 3 big events. There was an Xbox event, then there was like the big opening night live event, and then there was like the sort of indie showcase thing. So we're going to run down those. We're going to talk about those things, and we'd love to hear you in the comments, or if you're watching us live, which you can watch us live every Monday at 3:30 on twitch.tv/lonercast. We'd love to see you in the live chat. But let's start with the Xbox event. This was the first thing that happened last week on Tuesday. Before we like jump into it, what did you think of the Xbox event?
It was fine. Nothing really stood out to me. As far as like, it wasn't like, wow, this is super cool. It was just kind of like, it makes sense. It was exactly what the last one was at. I felt like it was copy and pasted from E3 with
like the second
with Paris. Yeah, like with Paris and just him chilling out, hanging out, talking about almost literally the same exact stuff.
Yeah, a lot
that he was talking about before. So it was kind of like, all right. I kind of skipped a couple of things, but I've got a list up here. So
I had like the same. Xbox always has this issue when they have their Xbox events. What is the ID at XCOM things? Those things are always like they're all way too long. All of them, including this one, way too long. And I actually had this issue with all 3 of the conferences. They were all too long.
I thought opening night live was pretty good.
I'll give that one a pass just because like there was a lot of cool stuff, but I would have been happy if that was like an hour shorter, you know? And another thing with this Xbox event, it happened before opening night live, and I think it would have been way better suited if it happened the day after opening night live. Because then I think our expectations would have been a little bit better placed, especially since at this event they didn't show Halo at all, which is just weird to like,
was weird. We're
going to have an Xbox event, but we're not going to talk about Halo at all. And it made sense that they didn't have Halo because it was all at opening night live. But it just felt weird that like we're having a big Xbox event before opening night live and you didn't even have Halo there.
Right. We have all the stuff that we've already talked about.
Yeah. And
in detail.
This did feel sort of like, hey, these are the things coming soon. These are not like things to get super hyped about in the far future. Like these are things coming out like either this year or early next year. So but let's get into it. It was of course hosted by Paris Lilly and Kate Yeager. I like both of them. I think they both were fun and enjoyable to watch.
I like them. They're kind of awkward, but in the better way, like the best way.
Like I buy it. I buy their awkwardness.
Right.
At one point, Kate was like hitting on one of the devs. I liked that a lot. That was funny. Paris again wore the Maverick shades. I think he kind of overdid the joke a bit, but that's okay.
That's what we come to E3 for. That's what you expect.
We need the cringe.
You need a little bit of cringe in order to get you through the event.
I think the highlight of the whole thing though was the Dying Light 2 section, which they opened with, which is coming out December 7th. It was really cool to see that game. I think it looks beautiful. They talked about how they've put a ton of time into the parkour and stuff like that. I think it looks great.
It looks good. I'm still unconvinced that it will be a good game. That all of the systems work. I will definitely wait for reviews and gameplay before I like make a judgment. But I am cautiously optimistic about this game. It looks nice. It looks good. It looks a little too good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they didn't bite off more than they can chew with it, because the first one was such a huge success. I never played the first one, so like I'm kind of, if I do end up playing it, which like you, I'll probably wait and hear what people have to say about it before I pick it up. But like, I'm very interested in it, because I never played the first one, so like it's gonna be a whole new experience for me. So it's kind of exciting. Then they talked about Microsoft Flight Sim. They brought out Jörg Newman to talk about a Germany update. They're updating Germany.
Germany, Austria, Switzerland. World update.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Europe.
Yeah. Some of Europe.
Yeah.
It looks nice. Microsoft Flight Simulator looks really good. Yeah. This next thing, though, I thought this was really cool. I thought this was a really cool idea, and I'm glad that they're putting in it. The Microsoft Flight Simulator Reno Air Races.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even
that looks really cool. You get to like fly around in like stunt planes and stuff like that. But again, it was just a teaser, so we didn't really get to see a whole lot of it.
Yeah, and they also showed off those like drone things. Which look weird and cool.
Yeah. I don't remember. Did they go over the Maverick DLC or whatever? In this one?
Yeah. They talked about it a little, and he kind of mentioned like, well, the movie's not out yet, so we can't even really say too much until the movie comes out. So
I must have skipped forward on that, but yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, that's why Paris was wearing the sunglasses. But yeah, then they showed off some Game Pass stuff. Game Pass continues to be awesome. Then they showed off this game Into the Pit, which looks fucking great. Comes out October 19th. This was like the weird, like kind of outlier game, I thought, because this was like a sort of indie looking game out of everything, where everything else was like we got Dying Light and Forza Horizon and
then you get this like magic wielding Doom looking game.
Yeah, with like old school looking graphics. It looked cool though.
It does look cool. It looks a little bright, but it looks good.
Yeah, I'm into that like aesthetic too.
I know you are. I
like that it's kind of like making a little bit of a comeback too, which is I think it's cool. And then they talked about Age of Empires 4. They brought out the director Adam Isgreen. They showed off this like trebuchet video thing where it was like the history of trebuchets, and they're like, yeah, this is going to be a big part of Age of Empires 4. We've got all these videos about different historical things, basically like mini documentaries about history. It's basically like history lessons. It's like watching the History Channel but inside of a video game, which I think is a great move. Cool. It's a great move for this kind of game. Gets people interested in the past. I was into it. It's cool.
Get you learning some shit.
Yeah, comes out October 28th. Very excited.
Yeah, we'll be playing that.
Then there was an ad for Xcloud, which comes out holiday 2021, which
for consoles
is cool.
Yeah, I don't know why you would need Xcloud for consoles though.
Well, I think that the biggest thing is that you'll be able to play Gen 9 games on Gen 8 consoles.
Okay.
Like you'll be
that
able
makes
to
sense.
play Xbox
if you have a strong enough
Series
download
X
speed. Yeah,
you'll be able to play Series X games on your Xbox One.
Yeah,
which is cool.
That's true.
And the phone, and also just the fact that you can go on your Series X and just click on a game and play it without downloading it. Might be nice for some people.
Save you a bunch of space.
That shit will just chew through my internet though. So not really my
Until
thing.
the internet is free, high-speed internet is free. I don't think this is a...
Yeah, or I'm fucking rich, which at that point, why wouldn't I just have a fucking PC? It's sort of like this catch-22.
Yeah,
It's like,
it really is.
You get to play games on a not expensive computer, but it's gonna eat through your limited data usage. So you can't really use it unless you're rich anyway. It's like, well, fuck. I mean, shit, man. What's the point? I feel like, until internet speeds are better and data caps are better, it's almost like the most pointless thing ever. But it's cool. It's happening. It's finally happening this holiday. It's weird they didn't put a date on it.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, I found that weird.
I think it says targeted launching holiday 2021 is what it says.
Yeah, but not like there's not an official date.
A defined date. Yeah,
we're like 2 months away from holiday.
I suppose. Yeah.
But if you count holiday as Thanksgiving,
September, October, November, and then we're only 2 until Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like we're getting close to all these things, so it's weird it didn't have a date.
It'll probably get pushed back.
Then they showed off Wasteland 3, Cult of the Holy Detonation. Comes out October 5th. I'm not a huge fan of Wasteland, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm looking at when I watch Wasteland stuff. It's like, what kind of game is this? It's like XCOM, but it's not. But it has like RPG elements, but I probably would like it if I just gave it a shot. I just haven't had the opportunity.
Yeah, I probably never will.
No.
And then it looks like Sea of Thieves is having a like Borderlands crossover. There's a Making Mayhem event, which is until September 7th. This is another game that a lot of people like that I just really don't care about. But cool enough.
This game reminds me a lot of like the Happy Games, the one where you travel the universe with your friends, but then you can't do it with your friends. What is that game called?
No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky. It's very No Man's Sky, where they released it with like bare bones nothing. And now they're kind of like adding shit that makes it good.
Yeah. I think the main difference is that you could actually play it online at launch.
Right. Yeah. It was a little bit more than No Man's Sky at launch.
State of Decay is getting State of Decay 2 is getting a DLC called Homecoming, which comes out September 1st.
Cool.
Stray Blade, which
I don't
looks
remember this one.
Interesting.
Stray Blade.
The thing about Stray Blade is like I thought it looked kind of ugly. It does kind of look ugly. It looks very fluid though. The main thing about it was like the trailer said this is a pre-alpha build. Visuals and gameplay are subject to change. But I think the gameplay looks really fun, but the visuals look pretty gross.
The visuals look like that free Monster Hunter game, Dauntless, that came out. It's just kind of really blocky and cartoony, and I don't know. It looks strange. It does look fluid though.
It looks very fluid. Yeah, it looks like the gameplay is really gonna be good. I hope they can I really think the main thing that needs to get fixed as far as the visuals go is the lighting. I think the lighting looks pretty bad. If they can fix the lighting, I don't really mind that it's kind of like
cartoony.
Yeah, cartoony, rough edges. I don't really mind that. Yeah, it was mainly the lighting. It just looked kind of gross. But they've got some time to work that out if it's coming out in 2022.
Right.
So very exciting. Crusader Kings 3 is coming to consoles.
Weird. I don't know why you would. I don't know how you would play this game on consoles. Like, it is hard enough to play on PC. I don't know how you would play this on consoles with a controller. All the menus and all the.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
No.
Although I imagine you could plug in a mouse and keyboard to your Xbox. I think that's something you can do.
You probably could.
Yeah. So, whatever. I tried to play it once, and we just never really got into it, I guess.
Yeah, there's too much. There's too much in that game.
It's like Civ, but like you have like family trees, and
I feel like you have to watch somebody who knows what they're doing play it for a few hours and have them kind of explain what they're doing and why they're doing it before you can actually like jump in and start to get an idea of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's very board game-y.
Single player board game for sure.
Yeah. Then they showed off this game called The Gunk, which they didn't even put like a date on.
Yeah, I don't know about this game. They showed this game off before, and it didn't look very good. It looked a lot like Recore, if you remember that on the Xbox One.
I don't think it looks like Recore. I think it looks really nice. I would like to see more on it though, you know? And it's obvious that they fully believe in this game, because I think this is the second time they showed it, and it was the only thing here that didn't have a date. So they're just like trying to hype this shit up, I guess.
Yeah, could be.
I think it looks really cool, but I don't know.
I mean, the environments and stuff look really nice, but to me, it looks like Recore. It looks like it's just going to be a linear single player experience that's just kind of be kind of like a knack. So
maybe,
and it's going to be the best game in the world. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah, we're Snack 3. Give it to us.
Yeah. Give it to me.
Forza Horizon 5. They showed off the controller, which I would like to point out. Sony is absolutely failing in the controller department, dude. And Xbox is killing that shit. There are so many good-looking controllers out there.
So fucking many.
This one included. I like the look of this.
This one's probably my favorite one because it's got the clear case on it. I fucking love those clear cases.
See the motors and
and it's yellow. Yellow just looks so nice on like digital things, you know?
I agree.
I just like the look of yellow when it comes to computer parts and stuff.
Yeah. And then they showed off like 8 minutes of gameplay, and I was sort of like, yeah.
Zoning out. Yeah, it looks like Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I thought. Yeah, it looks you're racing cars in Mexico.
Yeah. I'm like, it looks nice. I'll probably play it if I have a PC that can run it.
Yeah. I'd give this one like a 7.
A 7?
A 7 out of 10. It was fine.
7 out of 7?
It didn't 7 out of 7? No. 7 out of 10. It did fine. It didn't do anything crazy. It's about what I expected it to be, honestly. Minus Halo. I was really surprised when, Paris was out there and Halo wasn't. It's like, oh, okay. Weird.
I was
I figured they'd be like, oh yeah, Halo Battle Royale, and here's the multiplayer in the Gamescom stuff.
I was hoping we'd see more from them, and maybe I was just expecting too much. I was like, maybe we could see, something about the Hellblade sequel, maybe something about Fable, but I was expecting too much, and that's not what this conference was. Nope. So that's kind of on me for having too high of expectations, but also on them for not like tampering those expectations very well. But yeah, it was fine. I'd give it like a 6. It was very, I felt like it was very unnecessary. Like, I don't even think they needed to have this.
No.
And they could have done it next week, where it's like, this has nothing to do with Gamescom and it's just an Xbox thing. Because I think that would have tampered my expectations a lot. That it's like, this is not part of Gamescom. This is its own thing. We're not even close to it, I think the fact that it was next to Gamescom like made me think like, oh, maybe they have something to say.
Yeah.
It just sort of seemed like, hey, this is all the games that are coming out soon. So
I really thought it would be like a Halo sort of event. Like, the most of the time back in the day when E3 was a thing, and you kids don't know what E3 is. But back in the day when there was a game as big as Halo, they would focus on like one part of it, and they'd show off like the story trailer in this Xbox showcase, right? And you'd get a story trailer, story gameplay, And then it'd be like, that's it for Halo. And then the next conference to go, this opening night live conference, it would be like, here's the multiplayer. Here's multiplayer gameplay. You remember that at all? When it would be like, it would kind of be split up between two things. That way they talk about it twice.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do that, which...
They kind of did that the next day, although it was like back to back, but they kind of did that.
I've got something to say about that too.
Oh, I got something to say about that.
I got something to say about that.
Well, let's get into that. The next thing was opening night live. What'd you think of this event before we jump into it?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty fast paced for a Jeff Keighley joint. Usually he like drags the shit out, and granted it was kind of dragged out a little bit. It was fine. I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
What about you?
Like I said, I thought it was too long, but they showed a lot of cool stuff.
I mean, if you look at the list, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah, they showed a lot of stuff, and that is cool. But I do think it was too long. They could have cut some stuff. Oh, dude, especially those Gamescom awards. It's like, why is that even here? That. The funniest one to me was when they got to they're like the best Switch game reveal, and it's like, and it's up against Mario Rabbids and Just Dance, and the winner is Mario Rabbids. I was like, God. What the fuck?
I didn't see that, I guess.
First of all, those are both Ubisoft games. Second of all, of course Mario Rabbids beat Just Dance. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it's just filling the dead air. It's horrible.
Oh, they were just ads, is what they were. They were just ads.
They were ads, and I bet Jeff Keighley got paid to put a little sticker on their box, just to be like, award-winning game, for best Nintendo Switch game at the opening night live in Germany, just to have that accolade. Because everybody has to have an award for every game now, and it's like you can't just make a game and it be good. You have to like.
And I think if it was just like a quick thing, I would have been okay with it. I think the problem was like then they brought the developers on and they're like, oh, this is a great honor to win this award, and it's like it's a fake award. Yeah. It's a fake award. It's not even real. Yeah. Like,
sit back down. Sit the fuck back down.
Yeah, it was stupid. But besides that. Let's jump into it. Started off with Jeff Keighley looking fly as hell. I have that written down here. Jeff Keighley always looking fly. He's always wearing his Jordans and shit. Looking good. They opened strong, real strong.
So fucking strong.
With a Saints Row reboot trailer. And they even put a date on it, February 25th, 2022, which is wild. I did not think we would get that game that soon.
Nope.
I still am under the impression it will probably get delayed, but we'll see. We will see.
You're probably right.
But yeah, I'm very excited about it. There was so much like backlash online, which like blew my mind.
Yeah,
like,
it looked great. It looked great. If you played Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3, if you played both of those games, this game looks like a combination of both of those games.
Yeah,
and it's like this looks fucking cool. Like it's grounded, but it's also wacky. Like they're driving on rooftops and they're blowing shit up, but also it's kind of grounded. Like it's kind of believable. It's not like you're the president and you have superpowers and you're stuck in a digital alien machine and now you're going to hell. It's like, dude, this is getting out of hand. It's very much Fast and the Furious almost. I feel like the Saints Row franchise is very Fast and the Furious, where they start off like you're a gangster and you're trying to like prove yourself in this gang. And then now and it's like you're the president and you gotta fucking shoot down this alien ship.
Wasn't it the third one where you became president, or was it the fourth one?
I don't know. One of them was, and then
because I do feel like 3 got really ridiculous, and then 4 was like, let's give them superpowers and aliens and shit.
3 had that guy who was the president. It was the black guy. He's a really good voice actor. Oh, I forget his name. Keith David. They had Keith David as the president. And then in the next one, you become the president and Keith David's like your advisor or something like that.
Yeah. But 3 was the one with Burt Reynolds, right?
Shit, yeah, you're right. 3 was the one with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, and you have like a fight scene with Burt Reynolds. They're wacky games, dude. They're very wacky games, and they've been wacky since the second one. Like the second one was wacky. Like that was the one where you get the dildo, and you can hit people with the dildo and shit. Yeah, you definitely had that in 2. You had the giant dildo sword. Yeah, that was definitely a thing in 2.
Okay.
And also your empire started getting huge and shit. I think 3 is the one where they had the Kanye West song.
That 3 was, and it was power.
And you're skydiving and shit. It's like fucking ridiculous. So my assumption to this game, and I'm just guessing because they haven't shown gameplay, like real gameplay. They showed like a smidge of gameplay. It
was in like an extra event, an extra video. After well,
even at this thing, they showed like a fraction of gameplay. But my assumption is like you're gonna start out as like a lowly gang, and you're gonna build up to a ridiculous gang by the end. So I think it's gonna be like a mixture of those games. And I also think like a Saints Row game right now is perfect timing because we haven't seen a new Grand Theft Auto game in 10 years almost. Like, and I think a lot
counting Cyberpunk, which wasn't supposed to be a Grand Theft Auto game.
But it's not even because it's first person. Like, and it's,
true.
And it's not really like a city. I don't know. This is more like Grand Theft Auto. And I think people will be like, yeah, it's not as good as Grand Theft Auto. And I'm not claiming it will be. But I think it'll definitely get its hooks in if you like Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
So
I'm excited for it.
Me too.
I mean, me and you, I remember coming over to your place and we would fucking LAN. Yeah. I would bring my little fucking box TV, the smallest one I had, because those weighed a whole bunch. Set up the Xbox 360 back to back, and we'd just be on like the couch, and I'd be against the wall, and our TVs would be back to back, and we'd be playing. It was so much fun, dude.
Or like my dad would be like out of town or something, and we'd grab his TV from his room.
His big ass TV. Yeah.
And then he'd get home, and he'd be like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
What was happening here, you nerds?
Yeah, that was good times. And I heard it in that they did like another little showing where they had an interview with the creators and stuff. They talked about how like we won't have like a big Grand Theft Auto online, but we are gonna bring back co-op, and because that's always been our thing is co-op.
It's fantastic,
which is great, and we'll probably play that for sure. But that was awesome.
That's my childhood. That's my childhood right there.
Oh yeah,
early video games. Like that's the point where I'm like, video games are cool.
I even liked the fourth one. Like I platinumed that shit too. Like I even liked that game.
That's the one you go to hell, I think.
No, that's Get Out of Hell.
Right. But it's like a DLC for the fourth one, right?
Yeah. The fourth one is you have superpowers. There's alien invasion. You're the president.
And you're stuck in like a digital realm. Yeah. Okay.
And the driving sucks ass, but it doesn't matter because you just fly everywhere.
You're just jumping and flying. Yeah.
It's basically Prototype. But it was fun.
Yeah, that one, we played the shit out of that too. Yeah.
It was fun.
Terrible story, but it was good. Anyway.
I thought it was a funny story. And then Get Out of Hell was funny too. Like it there's like a musical section, like the devil like sings musicals, whatever. They're wild fucking games, and I'm very excited for the new one.
Yeah. The best description is wacky.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I know this seemed like a more sort of grounded thing, but I don't doubt that this game is going to be wacky as fuck too. Like I bet it will be. So but the next game they showed, I was also very hyped about. I was not expecting to see this at all. Midnight Suns, and let alone like a release window for it, March 2022. This is the Firaxis Marvel game.
And the XCOM Marvel game.
Yeah, it looks. They didn't show any gameplay, but we will see it September 1st. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, but they did kind of break down what the gameplay kind of is, and it's like you are your own hero that you make, it sounds like, and you have a crew of licensed heroes. So you have like Wolverine and
Iron Man,
Miss Marvel in there. Iron Man was in there.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so then you
Ghost
just
Rider.
I'm guessing you just kind of like take those characters on missions, XCOM style missions with your character.
Yeah. The one thing I did hear was there's no permadeath, which makes sense. I don't think you could have permadeath with. You probably have like a limited amount of characters to choose from, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
The thing that I liked the most about it, though, I think, was like just the weird assortment of Marvel heroes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it was very strange. It wasn't your, Marvel Cinematic Universe heroes.
No. But like we still had a couple of them, right? Like we still had Iron Man.
Yeah.
And we still had Doctor Strange. I think Captain America was there too.
We saw Shield.
Yeah. So he'll probably be in the game. But then we also had like Ghost Rider and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And they were all wearing these like darker suits, and they all seem a bit more like edgy and cool. I don't know. I was kind of into it. I was like, this is such a unique take.
Yeah. So we'll see on September 1st what it actually looks like. I'm super curious.
Yeah.
Super curious.
I really hope it is just like XCOM gameplay. I hope they didn't change that formula too much. And the fact that it's a Marvel game, I hope it's like easier than XCOM 2, because that game was way too fucking hard.
That game was way too long, way too hard.
Yeah, that game's way too hard. The first one's hard, but then the second one's like, we're gonna take your nuts and like twist them.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck everything you ever loved in front of you. And cuck you. We're gonna cuck you.
But like, I am a huge Firaxis fan, so like, I'm very excited. It's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then we got to Call of Duty Vanguard, which Laura Bailey and Dave Swenson came out to talk about, and then they showed a long ass trailer that was.
It was a mission.
Yeah, it was way too fucking
story
long.
Mission. That's how they do it, though.
Yeah.
That is old school Call of Duty trailers where they go, "We're gonna throw you in this entire mission and show you exactly what it is." I mean, I feel like they do that with everything.
I was very bored. The game looks good, though.
It looked good. It looked good, man. I don't know. It looked good.
Yeah, it seems like it's like World War II, but from the Russian perspective.
Well, it's from everybody. They're doing like what Battlefield 1 did, where they kind of like jump between, like, this is what the Americans are doing, this is what the Japanese are doing, this is what the Russians are doing, sort of stuff.
Well, that's not the impression I got, but because they just showed the Russian.
Yeah, that was the mission.
Seemed like that was going to be your main character, especially since they got Laura Bailey to do it. Yeah, like that's probably the main character of the game.
I don't think so. I think they're doing like a Battlefield sort of thing.
We'll see, but I'm not going to play it. So I don't really care. I
played the alpha. I forget what it was called. Champion Hill. It was going on last weekend. I guess that's that.
I didn't end up.
It was fun. It was actually pretty fun. It's like it's like a battle royale, but you're all in teams of 2, and instead of fighting everybody in one big map, I guess it kind of still is in one big map, but it's sectioned off into 5 smaller maps around a center, and each team of 2 faces off against another team of 2 in like a small arena, smaller map inside the map, and then you go for like a minute and a half and you try to like get rid of their lives, and then after that minute and a half it brings you back to a menu and it like shuffles who you're going to go up against. It's like, you're going to go up against Alpha Team now, and then however many lives they have versus however many lives you have, and you do it again until there's only one squad left. It's pretty cool. It's honestly pretty cool. There's buy rounds, kind of like Counter-Strike and stuff like that. And the gameplay feels way better than Cold War. So,
well, we'll see. I'm still like not gonna buy it. I don't care. I haven't cared about Call of Duty in a while, and this didn't really change my mind. But it does look nice. I'd be lying if it didn't. But yeah, they spent way too much time on it. Then they went straight into Halo. They showed like a little Halo Infinite trailer sort of deal, and Halo continues to kill it with their trailer game. Their trailers are always fucking good. Why are you making that face?
No, this was a horrible fucking trailer.
You didn't like the trailer with like the girl, and then like they see like the chief guy.
Yeah, that was really
big chief
like
man.
it's just a CG video of all the Spartans coming and saving the chick, and then she like becomes a Spartan, and now she's training. That's the whole thing. They didn't show any fucking gameplay of the multiplayer like they fucking said that they would. Well, I hate this. Was the worst Halo Infinite anything that's ever come out.
I'm very confused because like I'm confused by what you're saying, because first of all, yeah, it was a trailer, right, which is going to be cinematic. They'll probably play that trailer on TV, like, you know, after like football games and shit. I thought as far as that kind of trailer goes, I thought it was a great trailer. Second of all, like as far as like seeing fucking multiplayer gameplay, they had like a giant massive beta with a bunch of people where you could go look up hour-long videos of people playing this fucking game. So I don't know.
On the same map, with the same stuff. They don't go into any abilities. Like it's the way that they set it up. The way Jeff Keighley set it up is Halo Infinite comes in with a multiplayer season 1 story trailer, and it's just the way it's like, this is a multiplayer trailer. I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna see like Spartans fighting each other. No, we didn't see any of that. We just saw this lady explaining like, oh hey, I like got saved by Spartans. You know, I'm Spartan myself. That's it.
I thought it was cool though. I thought it was like a nice little trailer. I thought it was like, you know, that's you get to make your own character and shit. I don't know. I thought it was fine.
No, it's like, show me what I'm gonna be doing. Don't show me what the stupid
man. At this point, they're just building hype because like we already know it's fucking Halo. It's gonna play like Halo. It's gonna look like Halo. It's gonna feel like Halo. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like what?
I wanted to see gameplay. I wanted to see something new. Like, what does their battle pass look like? What is their fucking? What do their skins look like? What do their fucking?
See, like I think the things like that, to me, are like that should be done at its own event, and I think they will do that. Like how fucking Cyberpunk used to have like those Night City wires and shit, and it's like, here's all the weird, like very nuanced things that are coming to the thing. This is not the showcase for being like super nuanced about like, here's what's inside of the battle pass, and because like,
well, I don't mean like inside the battle, like. What am I buying the game for? I'm not buying the game for this trailer. This trailer didn't make me want to buy the game.
Yes, you are though, because I think most people are like, hey, that's fucking Master Chief Man. I like Master Chief Man. I'm gonna buy that game. I'm the little lady that likes Master Chief Man, you know. And it reminds me of like the old Halo commercials. And I never even played Halo much as a young lad, but I remember those fucking commercials, like the one where it was like the little toys and shit, and it like got very emotional, and you're like, damn, this game looks fucking great.
I do remember that on like Reach. The Reach thing was pretty cool, but then they followed the Reach trailer up with a gameplay trailer. Like, you know how the Nintendo does
they played those things on fucking like, that was like, hey, it's Monday Night Football and here's a trailer for Halo.
Right. Yeah, on TV, yes, they would play these kind of trailers, and then that would be it. But in something like this, if you look at Nintendo Directs, I know we fucking hate Nintendo, but if you look at Nintendo Directs, they do it right with a trailer like this, and then they go into a little bit about the gameplay, somebody talking over it, going, this is what to expect in this game. And there was none of that. It was just like, here's
I don't know,
more CG bullshit that we've been feeding you for 3 years.
I get
because our game's not done yet.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm like, it's Halo, and like I think you know what you're getting.
Yeah,
it's Halo. You're getting Halo.
It's different this time.
It's different.
It's different. It's free to play. That alone, free to play battle pass, that alone comes with its whole new questions. You know.
Yeah, but then that answers your questions. Hey, it's free to play and it's got a battle pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Okay.
What else do you want? Like, hey, at level 2, you get a skin that looks like a penis. I don't know. Like,
no, that's not what I don't need the detail like that. Just show me like what to expect. Like, show me a game thing. Like, I don't know. Like, show me explosions and shit. Not.
I need to see things explode.
I need to see things explode. I don't need to see somebody's tears coming out of their eyes when they're nearly killed, but then saved by the master chef.
That's fair. So, like, okay, I could get behind you. Yeah, maybe they should have showed some gameplay stuff. I still stand by the trailer was good, though.
Yeah, it was a fine trailer. It was a fine after football trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's what that was.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Just expect it on TV rather than in this format.
Yeah. But, since it is a free-to-play game, I feel like they can have that, like, sort of like little Halo conference a week before it comes out and be like, here's all the things that are going to be in Halo.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's not like you have to pre-order this shit,
True. Yeah, they're not selling the multiplayer to anybody. That's for sure.
And even if they were, it's going to be on Game Pass. It doesn't really matter anymore. It's weird. But I get what you're saying.
Weird. It is weird. Okay, let's move on. We're running out of time.
We're gonna be late on this one. That's fine. For when we get to the fucking future game showcase, I'm just gonna highlight some stuff.
You got it.
But then they showed off the Master Chief controller, which sold out immediately.
It looks fucking so cool.
Yeah,
it looks so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, literally sold out in seconds. Mm-hmm. And then they showed off the Halo Xbox One, or Xbox Series X,
right?
Which I thought looked kind of like whatever.
Yeah, but it looks okay.
Yeah, and that comes out November 15th. I imagine that sold out immediately. I don't think it's up
yet.
I thought pre-orders, it is. I thought pre-orders started already.
I don't think so. I really don't. Okay. I'll do some research. I don't remember it coming out. Like, it's not like pre-order now. It was just like, this is coming out. Stay tuned.
Then they showed off this game called Cult of the Lamb, which looks wild. It looks like hey, let's take Binding of Isaac and Don't Starve and mix them together and make a really weird looking, silly, cute game. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, that you summed it up really well. Okay, so on the Microsoft Store, it's out of stock. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart do not have that. Do not have them yet in certain locations. So I guess they went up in places.
They did do a little pre-order thing, and then they sold out.
I guess, they're either sold out or they haven't gone up. Yeah. So.
Then they showed this Midnight Fight Express game, which is another smaller looking game, sort of top down brawler thing. I don't know.
Yeah. It looks okay.
Yeah, it didn't wow me. Not like Cult of the Lamb did. TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I really like the look of this game.
Looks classic.
Yeah. If you have nostalgia for that looks like the game for you. Right? They showed off that you could play as April O'Neil as well, right?
Which I thought was kind of weird. I like the pick. I really do, because she holds around her microphone and swings around and
that was cute.
I thought that was really cute. But also you've got Casey.
I think
where the fuck is Casey?
He'll probably be a playable character as well.
If April's a playable character, Casey better be a playable character, because he's got all the bats and the hockey stick, and he's got the rollerblades. Yeah, he better be in there.
Yeah. Actually, when they're like, and you could play someone else, the first person I was like, oh, it's Casey, isn't it? And then it's April, and I'm like, I guess that makes sense. She is
cute.
She's better friends with the turtles anyway, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a cute surprise.
Yeah, it looks like a good game. I would definitely pick that up for $10.
Yep.
If that was a free PlayStation Plus game, I'd be like, cool, I'll check that out.
Yeah, that's multiplayer. The boys will jump on.
Yeah. Beat 'em up games.
Plays Mikey all day.
Yeah, beat 'em up games though are kind of boring, I think, but I like the nostalgia factor of it. Then this Natasha Becker person came out, and I guess she's the co-host. I guess, I don't know. She was just hey, this is Gamescom. Yeah, and then they had an ad for that Demon Slayer game, and then they talked about accessibility in gaming, and then there was a Red Bull ad.
There was so many Red Bull ads.
Yeah. And then they showed off Super Monkey Ball, and Morgana from Persona 5 is going to be in it. It comes out October 5th.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool.
Cool. Cool. I was never really into Monkey Ball a whole lot. I had it, but I always got really frustrated because it was so hard.
I feel the same. This is a game that I should have nostalgia for, and I absolutely do not.
Yep.
But makes sense. Both Sega characters, you know.
I feel like if I was a little bit older when I played it, I would have liked it a lot.
Same. Yeah, I think I was a little young. I had it on PS1, so yeah, I was pretty young.
I don't remember where I played it. GameCube, probably.
Splitgate Season 0. I think we've talked enough about Splitgate.
Yep.
So yeah.
We already did. We already talked about it last week.
Great game.
Let's continue.
And we talked about it this week as well. Riders Republic, now till August 28th, so it ended. There's a beta that I didn't even get to try, but I did not hear good things about.
Fucking ass. I don't know why I forgot about like the two games that I played, like Vanguard and Riders Republic, when we were at the top of the show. And it's like, what you been playing? I'm like, I've been playing fucking demos. This game's bad, really, really fucking bad. Like, if Steep 2 was bad, this is awful. Like, this is really, really bad. Like, it feels horrible. Do you remember that game we played at PAX called Descenders?
Yeah.
Where you're riding your bike down the hill and it feels fluid. This feels like you took that game and threw a bunch of bricks at it. It's really bad. Don't buy this game. Even though it's in beta, technically, it launches in October 28th, which is only a month away. Do not buy this game. It's just bad. It's just bad. That's all I got to say.
But if we didn't convince you not to buy it, it comes out October 28th. So there you go. Natasha came back with the Gamescom Awards, which we mentioned, and I just wrote here in my notes, who cares? And they had an ad for...
skipping it.
Yep.
I'm just skipping it on my list.
Then they had an ad for Game Pass. They had an ad for Red Bull again. Century Age of Ashes, which was like an ad as well.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't see that here.
Yeah. It's a game, comes out November 18th. They showed off this like free-to-play soccer game. Cool.
UFL, yeah.
And then they got to Star Wars, the Skywalker saga.
Lego.
The Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga, which looks like Lego Star Wars.
Looks fine.
Comes out spring 2022. Yeah, it looks... I think those games always look pretty good.
I feel like I'm not the demographic for it anymore. Like when...
kind of want to play it, if I'm being honest.
You want to play it?
I kind of do, yeah.
Well, then that's good on you. I just don't feel like I am there anymore. I just feel like all the jokes are kind of bad. All the gameplay's... The gameplay's good, but like it's just kind of like...
I get you. But I don't know. There's something about it that I'm just like... I don't know. It won me over with the music, dog. It's that John Williams music. It gets me every time, dude. It gets me every fucking time. But I said that about the Force Awakens game too. I was like, I'm going to play that, and I never played it. So
I'd like this game if it had solo Star Wars story and it might the other one in it. It probably doesn't. Rogue One. And The Mandalorian and all that. If it had all that, it'd be
well. I wonder if they're like they're gonna like change the ending.
They should.
Yeah, no one likes Rise of Skywalker, so they just like change the ending completely.
They change the whole thing. Yeah, she becomes bad, and then it would have been so much better. And
she is no one.
It would have been so much better if she turned evil, and Kylo Ren had to like fight her as a good guy. You know, they switch sides.
Bro, we gotta do a spoiler cast for Star Wars. We have to do it.
We'll do it soon. We got so much on our plate.
I know.
We gotta do it after Marvel.
We gotta finish Marvel, but we're getting there with Marvel. You know?
Yeah, we are actually trucking.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm feeling confident about Marvel. Then they showed off this game, Synced Off Planet, which was like a zombie shooter game.
Oh right, yeah.
Looks
weird.
Looks nice, I guess. Yeah.
Kind of looks low budget.
It does, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
Then they showed off the Outlast Trials, which I didn't even know was like a thing.
I fucking zoned out because I saw Outlast and I don't like those games. I just zoned out and I'm like, all right.
Looks like co-op Outlast. Is that what am I wrong on that? Is that what it was?
It's solo 2 or 3 player horror game.
Yeah, it's like Outlast but co-op.
Yeah, you can play it solo, you can play it with 2 players, or you can play it with 3 players.
I've heard people say that Outlast is fucking terrifying, so there you go. I don't really care for horror games too much.
No, me either.
I don't find them particularly fun. I find them always janky and kind of boring.
Yeah, so I zoned out on this one, but then the next game fucking woke me up out of my slumber, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I looking at? Go for it.
The next game was this game called Dokev, however you say it. And when it started, I'm like, okay, it's like this cutesy looking Pokemon game. It's looking a little framey, isn't it? And then as it kept going, it's like you're riding a bike, then you're riding a skateboard, then you're flying through the sky being chased by a dragon, and then you're like dodge rolling away from like fucking lightning bolts while your Pokemon are also attacking, and you're like zip lining around it just like turned into this like crazy fucking. The game didn't have to go that hard, and it
get like this giant toy hammer and you're just smashing it down on these monsters. And it's like we're in the middle of a city and I'm like on a flaming scooter with wings, and like what is happening in this trailer? There's so much going on. Like I hate the way this game looks. Like I hate the characters. They look like Miss America doll, or what are they called? The Little America dolls?
American Girl dolls?
American Girl dolls. They look like American Girl dolls, but then also like
pockets,
Yeah, but also like kind of cool with all of like the effects going on, and the creatures look cool, and it's like, why do they make it
and the landscapes look like sort of like almost creepily realistic. It's really strange, but I'm so into it. Like I really want to see more on this game. Yeah,
me too. I heard that this is the game. These guys who made this game did something with like
they did some sort of MMO, right?
They do a bunch of MMOs, that aren't actually MMOs. So it's very strange.
So from what I heard is that this game started out as an MMO, and they're like, this game's too good to be an MMO, is what I heard. So
something like that.
Then they just transformed it into this like awesome little single player game.
It's like a Pokemon.
And they talked about it again at the Future Game Show the next day. And they just sort of had the devs come on, and they're just like, listen, we just wanted to make a really fun game. So we just like went fucking crazy and just added we're like, what's fun is like transportation. So like we added rollerblades and longboards and bicycles, and we wanted it to be really fun to traverse through the towns, and like we wanted the gameplay to be fun, and we wanted all the creatures to look really cute and fun. So like it just looks like they really put a target on fun, which is exactly what I want in a game like that.
Well, that's video games though, right?
Yeah. Well, unless it's The Last of Us 2, I guess.
Wow. Still fun.
Yeah. Well, there was that whole thing. Neil Druckmann was like, our game isn't fun. But anyway.
I didn't miss that.
Yeah. He's like, this is a real game. He's right. There were parts of that game that were not fun. Like when you kill a pregnant lady. That was not fun.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
Spoilers.
I forgot about that part.
It wouldn't be Gamescom without Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is coming out November 9th.
The 12th time.
Yeah.
We'll just skip over that. We don't need to see that.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it. It's in here twice, I think.
Yeah, they showed it at the Future Game Show as well.
Yeah.
And then also, they showed off Far Cry 6, which we've seen a lot of this game as well. But every time I see it, I'm like, man, I really want to play this game.
Yeah, you were a Far Cry.
Do. I didn't like Far Cry 5 at all, but this game just like, I will say Giancarlo Esposito's face is like, looks really weird to me.
Weird.
But like, he looks like he really fucking put his all into it. And I'm very intrigued by this game, and I want to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen a lot of it, so. October 7th. You have anything to add on that? No.
Nope. We've seen it too many times. I'm kind of out of shit.
Yeah. Blood Hunt has an early access September 7th.
Vampire Blood Hunt.
It looked like you were going to say something.
A Vampire Blood Hunt.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The Vampire series, franchise, whatever.
Yeah. I have no interest in this game.
When they showed this game, this trailer, I thought it looked exactly like what they ended Xbox's E3 game. I'm like, oh, we're finally getting to see what the gameplay of this game is. And then it's like Vampire. I'm like, that's not what that game was called. Remember that like snarky vampire open world multiplayer game? I'm like, oh, okay, we get to see what this is. And it's like Vampire Blood Hunt. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's not the same game. What's with the vampires coming back? I don't understand why everybody's doing vampires again.
No idea. People like
tired of zombies.
Yeah,
tired of zombies.
They say we work in like 20-year cycles, right? And we're about 20. We're getting close to the 20-year anniversary of Twilight, so let's celebrate that, I guess.
Don't you say that?
It's not even true. We're not that far away from it yet.
No.
We're about like 30 years away from Diaries of a Vampire. So
and Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. This game looks cool. Park Beyond is coming out in 2022. Mm-hmm. It's like a park builder, but like just really ridiculous roller coasters. Like unbelievable. It looks like a roller coaster tycoon type game, and we've been playing Parkitect. Looks like that, but ridiculous.
With stupid roller coasters where
they need someone to come in and help them, and that's you.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's the trailer. It's like, we need someone to liven up this park.
Oh, not like to hire on to finish this game. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
No.
I gotcha. You're the new park person, and you're like, what if we just got rid of the rails? What if this elevator could go up ways, down ways, sideways, left ways, through ways? Yeah. Like fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory over here, right?
Yeah. It is kind of like that, yeah.
It's weird.
Then they showed off Jet the Far Shore, which I still think looks really good. I have seen some people who have had some like early access to it, some like journos, and they're saying it's not very fun.
I imagine it's just boring.
Which is unfortunate. I wonder though if it's like, if you get the full context of the game, maybe it's like this very empowering thing. But I really still don't even know what this game is. So I'm just sort of waiting to see what people say about it. I'm intrigued by it, and I think the main thing that intrigues me is they really killed it with that logo. That logo is nice.
Yeah, logo is cool.
It's a nice looking logo.
Whoever does their like Adobe Premiere stuff.
yeah, they killed
really
it.
Good.
They're killing the game.
Really good. Yeah.
Then they talked about Horizon Forbidden West. They gave it a date of February 18th, which is cool, very exciting. And then they announced a Horizon Zero Dawn 60 frame update, which is out now, which is also very exciting. Also kind of annoying because I just beat that game 3 months ago.
Yeah. Oh well, you got to beat it again, I guess.
I'll do it again on
or you can fucking play The Witcher and get a better experience. But I don't know. I've tried that. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. You just gotta
gameplay is not as fun. It's not as fun. It's janky and doesn't feel good.
Nah.
It doesn't feel good.
You're doing it wrong.
Okay.
You're doing it wrong. It
doesn't feel good. Like you're hitting through dragons and shit. Like it's just like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Amazon's New World is coming out September 28th. It's open beta. There's an open beta on September 9th.
This game's not done.
Yeah.
Game does not look done. Do not trust Amazon.
No.
That's it.
Marvel Future Revolution is a mobile game. Came out.
Yep. My phone will not run it, even though it's a newer phone.
Really?
I mean, it will, but it heats up. Like the battery, it just heats the battery up.
Did you just get that phone too?
Yeah, it's a new phone. It's
for the same issues, right? Like
well, no,
you had
my
battery
battery was dying. Yeah, my battery would hit like 15%, and then the phone would just turn off. So I got another phone, and I don't want the same issues. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to stress this phone out playing like crazy games. And this is one of those crazy games that I just won't stress my phone out because it just heats that battery up when I'm playing it. And I was like, yep, nope, delete. So I will never know. Oh well, unless I get Microsoft 11, Windows 11, and I can play it on the computer.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know why they don't do that with mobile. Why are mobile games strictly mobile? I don't get that.
I don't either. It's weird.
I feel like you can just put that on PC and have it like download this.
Just do it through browser. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might try it out. I don't know.
That's cool.
Tales of Arise, Lindsay Sterling came out, and I was like, holy shit, Lindsay Sterling. That's weird.
She's still in it.
She's
still doing stuff.
Yeah, I was sort of like, wow, that's crazy. It also looked like she was lip syncing, but like with her violin. That's what it looked like to me.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'm like, she's not actually playing right now, I don't think.
I don't know. I wasn't paying that close attention to it, but
I don't think she was actually playing. If she was, she fucking killed that shit. But yeah, she's still doing those weird, awkward dances, so good for her. She's Mormon though, so that's strange. Tales of
wow, all right.
Am I again?
What's this?
Local. Oh, dude, Vulpinator with the subscription, my man. I appreciate you.
Shit.
How you
Thanks,
doing,
dude?
Yeah, Tales of Luminaria, mobile. Who cares? It's another mobile game.
Another mobile game.
Then there's a Tales of Arise demo that's out now. I've never really played the Tales games. Everyone says they're amazing. I probably should try it. I probably won't. But there you go. Natasha is back with more awards, and I just wrote here, who cares? Diversity in games is a good thing. They were like, here's a Jumanji game, and I'm like, oh, a Jumanji game, let's see. And then it's like this weird, like horrible looking fucking mobile game. So, yeah, looks really bad. The worst looking game they showed at this fucking conference. It was weird. Then they showed off Lost Judgment, which continues to look like a very good game. I don't know if I need to like play other Yakuza games. Maybe not.
I don't think so. Not with this one. But I hear this one's not as good.
Really?
Judgment. I hear not as good as like Kiwama or.
I hear it's more of like an action-y game than like you know. It looks really nice though. I don't know. Then Dead Mouse, who's like, hey, I'm Dead Mouse 5 now, bitch. Has a game inside of Core.
I don't know what either of these are.
Core is like, it's like Dreams, sort of, where you can like make games and stuff inside of it.
Okay.
And he has his own world inside of Core. So there you go.
Oberhassel?
Oberhasli is what it's called. Oberhasli. I don't know.
Okay.
Where you can go and just jam out to Dead Mouse music, I guess.
Cool.
And then Fall Guys was like, hey, we're getting in the jungle with Disney. And I'm like, oh, they're going to do a Jungle Cruise thing. We're going to add like The Rock and stuff. It's like, no, it's Jungle Book. It's like, oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's just fucking Jungle Book. All right.
All right.
That comes out September 3rd. Check that out, I guess. Replaced continues to be one of the best looking fucking indie games out there right now.
Yep.
They didn't really show much about it, just a little aesthetic trailer. And they're like, hey, you know that song that was kick ass in the last trailer? It's on Spotify now. So go listen to it. So that's neat.
Looks good.
They showed off Age of Empires 4 again, which we already kind of talked about. Comes out October 28th. Valheim Hearth and Home comes out September 16th. I really don't know much about this game. I know a lot of people like Valheim, but I don't know. I know nothing about it.
Like an MMO, but it's different somehow.
I hear people really like it. I don't know. Natasha is back with awards. I wrote here, who cares?
Nice.
Crossfire What was that?
I don't know.
Is that Remedy game? They didn't show that, did they?
Did they show? They showed that on an ad. Then they didn't show that.
I think it was just like a quick ad of Crossfire.
Yeah, that sounds like that Remedy game.
Yeah, it must be.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's wild. And then they had an ad for World of Tanks. They had a Ford ad and a Red Bull ad. So there you go.
Nice.
Buy Red Bull. Don't buy Fords, dude. I have a Ford. It's the worst car I've ever had.
Yep.
It's fucking horrible.
I told you not to get it, and you're like, oh.
Well, you told me after I got it, dog.
No,
it's too late. Genshin
you should have listened to me.
Yeah, you're right. Should have returned it right then.
Right then and there.
I mean, it's done me all right. I've had it for a few years. It's got me from point A to point B, so that's all right. Genshin Impact, Aloy, she's looking cute as hell. Very adorable.
Chibi Aloy is cute.
Yeah, she comes out September 1st. They're doing a Genshin concert on October 3rd where they have like a big orchestra playing Genshin music. That's cool. Sifu is coming out February 22nd, which this game looks fucking sick. Why don't you talk about it, Nick?
Fucking cool. So fucking cool. No, it's just, I don't have anything to say. It's just fucking cool. It's fucking John Wick.
Yep.
But the video game made by the guys who made Absolver. And if you haven't played Absolver, that's a really fun fucking arcadey fighting game that didn't get enough love. And it looks like this is getting a lot of love from not producers, but
critics,
developers, not develop. You have developers, and then you got the people that release the games. What are those people called? Publishers. Thank you. It looks like it's getting a lot of help from publishers. I just had a fucking brain fart there. Yeah, it's coming out February 22nd, 2022, which is a great fucking date. 2/22/2022.
Yeah, that is a good date. I didn't even think about that. That's a nice date.
Yeah, so that's cool. I'm super excited. This will probably be a day one purchase.
Yeah,
just because I want to support these guys.
I agree. I was also thinking like it would be cool if this game led them to making a actual John Wick game.
I could see that, or putting them John Wick in this game or something like that. It would be cool. John Wick like DLC. It would be really cool for sure. It's
a really cool looking game.
I'm really hoping it's like a. I know this might turn people off, but I'm really hoping it's like a roguelite. Everything must be roguelite.
It kind of seems like it might be. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Don't know how the story goes, but it looks cool.
I want to see more about it. Natasha came back and she said, "Hey, you should plant some trees," which is good. You should plant some trees. And then they ended it off. I was a little surprised by this ending, but I was fucking for it. And after I watched it, I'm like, it makes a lot of sense. Jeff Keighley, Kojima, they're just like a match made in heaven. They love each other.
They love each other. They're the best mom and dad ever.
I know. I love them. And and it was just like a long trailer about everything that's coming to the Death Stranding director's cut. Basically saying like, hey, this is a substantial update. There's a lot of things being added. And I watched it. I'm like, fuck, I'm ready. I'm ready to drop another 80 hours.
It's like, it's not just like a couple of things. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, we added more guns and we added more of this. It's like, no, we've changed the fucking game. Like there's now car races, there's jetpacks, there's fucking robots that do weird shit. Like it's strange.
The robots were there to begin with, but now you can actually like sit on them. And the cargo launcher looks really cool.
There's a bunch of shit that just happened.
And they added like stealth missions, which in the actual game, if you played it, this is like minor spoilers, but there's only like 2 or 3 missions that are somewhat like that in the game where, you're
just stealth.
You stealth and you shoot and stuff. The rest of the game is basically, either you're fucking killing people or fighting big monsters or just delivering packages and avoiding like demons and shit. So they're like, hey, let's add more of this shit. You're
a BMX pro now because you can do like kickflips and shit on your bike.
As a purist, I would say like if you're gonna play Death Stranding, you should play Death Stranding basic. Like to really get that experience. Like because like part of the game is like dealing with like the monotony of it, and then when you get to the end, you really like you're impacted by that shit. But at the same token, I'm like, this seems like someone who was like turned off by Death Stranding, didn't want to play Death Stranding. this might be the option for you. Like, this is just more fun Death Stranding. Like, hey, what if with Death Stranding but fun? So
we heard all the critics saying this game is just a walking simulator, so we made many exceptions to that.
Well, and the big thing that wasn't even really mentioned here, but like, I'm just thinking about a PS5 version of Death Stranding, and the fucking triggers for that is gonna be fucking awesome, I bet. So I'm hyped. It was a good way to end the show, I thought. I know a lot of people don't care about Death Stranding, but you gotta also think about the politics of it. This just means like, hey, we'll put your game at the end, Kojima, as long as you give us the big fucking reveal on your next game. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
So.
It's good. I'd give this one an 8.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I thought it was a very solid show. I do think it was too long, but like, it was fine.
They also added those fucking ads, and because Jeff Keighley's got to get a paycheck. So
yeah, you have to do. Yeah. I kind of prefer the ads just being like, here's a Red Bull ad, than like the Schick Hydro Man, where it's like you're trying to disguise it as like not an ad. It's like, just be blatant about it. Be like, this is a fucking ad. It is.
Yep.
I prefer that to like trying to trick us and act like we're stupid or something.
Yeah, or like the first one that he did when Amazon's New World was like coming out, and they're like, every fucking fourth game was just Amazon's New World. Here's a trailer for, and you're like, dude, I don't care anymore. I don't want this game anymore.
That makes me think of oh god, who was it? Who is it that's making Homefront? Those games.
Not Volition.
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the Future Game Showcase. I'm not Volpinator says I'm not feeling the New World hype. Yeah, we said the same thing.
No, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look finished.
Future Game Show. I'm just gonna like talk about a few things that I think are worth mentioning. I would actually highly recommend just like everyone who's watching this, like, go fucking watch this. This was an awesome showcase of games that you probably won't see anywhere else. Like, just put it on double speed and just sort of like write down the games that you find interesting and keep an eye out for these games, because a lot of them are really cool. And yeah, it was a very good conference. It was hosted by Maggie Robertson, who I guess was in Village, Resident Evil, and Aaron LaPlante, who was also in Village, I guess. So very cool. It seems like that's how Future Game Showcase is doing. They're like, hey, let's just get some voice actors in here to do this shit. Super Animal Royale is this free-to-play game that came out it's out now. And it looks sort of like a multiplayer Hotline Miami sort of deal.
With cute little furry animals.
Yeah.
It's a battle royale game.
Yeah. Very, very nice. They had this like virtual show floor, and they had like this compilation of different games, and every game that they showed on this compilation looked fucking awesome. What else? Timberborn is this management game where you have to manage a city, but the city is a bunch of beavers.
A bunch of beavers. I've seen gameplay of this, actually. Yeah. It looks super cool.
Looks
and you have to like
great.
Yeah, you have to like in the winters, the lake up north like dries out, and you have to make sure you have enough water reserves so that the beavers don't like dehydrate and die. And then like you build dams to keep rivers like, and it's super cute. Super cute.
Oh, I missed this one. There's this game called Project Relic where they just showed like a little trailer of it, and it sort of looks like Demon Souls meets like Final Fantasy sort of deal. Comes out early 2023. That's like very simplified the way I'm talking about it, but like, yeah, looks really fucking good though. What else? Then they had all the compilations. They had this thing called Once to Watch, and it was just like another compilation of just like amazing looking games. Then they had this game called Madison, which basically was like, hey, Kojima never actually made a full version of PT. So we're doing it. We're going to make it. Is basically what it seems to me. Is like this indie dev saw PT and they're like, yeah, we're just going to make our own Silent Hill and it's going to be awesome. Yeah. And like I mentioned, Dokkaev was here, and game continues to look awesome. Team 17 had this compilation, and Team 17 games, like, they all just look so fucking good. All of them. Like, the standout to me, and we talked about it at E3, because they did the same sort of thing at E3. They had this Team 17 compilation. But their games look so good. They have this one game called, it's like a cult management. Looks like Prison Architect, but like you're a cult leader.
I joined a cult.
Yeah,
that's called.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Looks fucking great, man. Yeah, of course, Jurassic World 2 is back.
Of course, we haven't seen enough of that game.
Yeah. Alaskan Truck Simulator. Fuck yeah. Okay. Then there was this like top-down game called Serial Cleaners, where you go in and you have to like clean up a crime scene.
It's kind of like Visceral.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Cleanup Crew or whatever.
It's kind of like that, but it seems like it has some stealth elements to it. And it's basically like, hey, you have to go clean. Agent 47 went in there, made a bit of a mess. You got to clean it up. Did you ever see? Have you ever seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the dude in Pulp Fiction.
He cleans the car.
Yeah, he has to clean the car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks great. Far Changing Tides, I think they've shown that before, but that game looks really fucking good. So basically what I'm saying is just check out the Future Game Showcase. It's really awesome. Watch it at double speed if you need to, but like I was really impressed by it. And I was kind of also blown away by the comment section, and everyone's like, this was lame. I'm like, what the fuck were you guys expecting? Like, this shit was sick, man. But it ended with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and they announced that you can play as Cat Dog and April O'Neil, so that's cool.
Bring in April O'Neil. It would be like, I don't know, I don't understand what is with April O'Neil being in all the games now.
She's Megan Fox, dude. Wait, did she play? Did Megan Fox play her?
I don't know.
Yeah. She did.
In the new one. Yeah.
She did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
In the new one. Yes.
Yeah, it's Megan Fox, dog. That Nickelodeon game looks fucking weird, and I'm kind of into it.
I don't know what to think about it yet.
But yeah, that was it. Do you have anything to add?
No, it's nothing to look forward to. Life is bleak.
There is one thing to look forward to.
What do we got?
Where the fuck is it? The Medium comes out on PlayStation 5 on September 3rd. I might. We'll see, but I don't know. It's worth mentioning. No one's mentioning it. But yeah, that game exists.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for the folks?
No. I guess if you watched all of this thing, this is just going to limit a whole bunch of people. If you watched everything, what was your highlight? What was the biggest fucking game that you're most excited about? It could be like a game that you didn't expect, or just a game that we've known, like Jurassic Park Evolution 2. That's
I know,
that's
dude.
what you're looking for.
I'm kind of saddened by this game because like I liked the first one and I kind of want to play this game, but I'm almost like turned off by it now.
By how many times we've seen it? Yeah, it's crazy. I love Jeff, man, but holy crap!
And he was actually at the Future Game Showcase as well.
Yeah,
he's like, "Ooh, I'm Jeff Goldblum." He's always doing this with his. He's always doing this with his fingers. He's like, "We're here at the." Future Game Showcase. It's pretty weird that we're here and it exists.
Life finds a way.
Well, that's the show.
He's a kooky guy. That's it. That's the show. Thanks for watching. Check out our other Lonocast shits.
We're live on Twitch every Monday at 3:30. We're still going through the Marvel Universe. That new one comes out. What's it called? Shang-Chi. That's what it's called. Comes out this weekend. Yeah. We'll be talking about that shit, I'm sure.
We will be talking about that. I'll be in. There's a convention coming around this weekend, so I'll have to find some time. But I'm pretty sure I could figure it out.
All right. Yeah. That's the show.
That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for subscribing, Volpinator. Truly appreciate that.
Man. Yeah. Okay. So that's